These young boys today, what do she bring to the table? The hell you mean, man? What do your ass bring to the table? You got a woman that can come to the table that can make another you. What else she need to slide up to the table with? What about your job? What happened to men who were supposed to be responsible? Do you know that it's our job to take care of a woman and some children, to have a family? That's our damn job.
But what happens to when the woman tell you, I don't need a man, Steve?
Okay, if you don't, how that's working?
Okay, so let's get into it, man. My man Steve Harvey said that a woman ain't got to bring anything to the table, and a man should do everything. Brilliant interview. Love that interview. Great conversation. The only thing I don't like is that one clip is going to get misconstrued. He said nothing. He really was saying monetary, meaning that the man should be the provider and they should pay all the bills. And I agree with that totally, as long as you can afford it. But if you can't afford it and you got to go half with your girl, I'm not going to knock you and make you feel less of a man. You know what I'm saying? Some people got different situations. Economy fucked up, but I don't like it because a lot of women out there going to be thinking that they ain't got to do shit to keep a goddamn man. And that totally ain't true. His wife actually brought a lot to his table, you know what I'm saying? Whether it was just the nurturing aspect, but he was basically explaining that he came across better opportunities after he met her versus, before he met her. He got more TV stations, more radio deals and things of that nature. Not to mention his girl she ain't no slouch. She's a millionaire herself. She's a stylist, influencer, does a lot of great things. She is actually a millionaire without Steve. Now she's a super millionaire, but she was a millionaire without Steve. Not saying what she was before. But yeah, man, I mean, bottom line, man, if a woman ain't got to do nothing but bring a womb to the table, that's damn near like saying the only thing women are good for is to fuck. And the only thing a man good for is his money. You know what I'm saying? But you're going to bring something to the table, man. No table is empty. Whether you bring in a cloth, a napkin, good attitudes, bad attitudes, good vibes, whatever, you bringing something to the table, whether you believe it or not. And women ain't dogs, you know what I'm saying? You guys they very capable of doing some magnificent things, you know what I'm saying? Some corporations that would not have started, some causes that would not have started with the help of a man. It took a woman, you know what I'm saying? And the way I look at it, man, women work hard, y'all go to school. It ain't like y'all just taking home economics y'all whole life. Y'all actually got a lot of valuable skills to bring to the marketplace. And I feel like it's your right to pursue whatever it is you want to pursue. And what I mean by that is, women have actually died fighting for the right to work, have bank accounts, own property, and things of that nature. So don't disrespect your ancestors by just totally neglecting that. Some of us can do this, some of us can do that. I'm not opposed to the housewife thing, man, but every woman I ever heard say they was a housewife, that shit was boring. You know what I'm saying? And Steve Harvey, you lucky your girl worth a little more than just being a housewife. Because while you on the road and you doing all these shows, making people laugh and probably cheating. Nah, I'm just playing. He a little too old for that, man. She'll be fucking a pool guy. If her life was so worthless, the only thing she doing is cooking and folding towels all day, man. She fucking a pool guy. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, I know as far as me, man, I don't believe that a woman should be incomeless. I feel like you got to have at least some type of hobby or some type of business you run. Because that's what turned me on, entrepreneurship and creativity. Not saying you got to pay no bills with your money, but let's just say you want to go out and buy yourself a handbag. They ain't got to be my money all the time. Or say you get mad at me, you say, fuck it, I'm going to go hang with my girlfriends. You got the right to spend your own money and entertain yourself if we going, we having a rough night. You know what I'm saying? But I be damned if you argue with me and you go spend my money, you know what I'm saying, with whoever you want. Same time, man, a lot of people, if you don't make no money, you'll stay in a relationship just off of fear of not being able to pay your bills or whatever, man. So I don't want to buy love, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, have your own, you know what I'm saying? Have your own. If something was to happen to me, I want you to be able to hold it down. If I get into it, one of these crazy motherfuckers in Atlanta, I shoot somebody, I got to do a couple days in jail, a couple months in jail until we get the lawyer situation straight, man. Be able to fend for yourself, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, a relationship is like a business situation to me, man. They got to bring something to the table, else you can just walk away scot-free. And Steve, don't act like it wasn't no holes in the Bible. You quote that Bible a lot. Don't forget about Eve and Rahab, whatever that girl, the harlots is what they call it, the harlots. Yeah, man, it's a lot of that going on, man. So, shit happens, but at the end of the day, in my household, I'm definitely willing to pay all the bills, you know what I'm saying, and make it juicy or whatever. But hell, if I ain't have it, I wouldn't want to, I wouldn't want to not be worthy of the love of a man, you know what I'm saying? And keep in mind, Steve, there's a lot of divorces out there, a lot of child support. So shit ain't always what it's cracked up to be, you know what I'm saying? Woman can get with somebody like Steve, have a whole 10-year plan. I'm going to get him, I'm going to get married, and in 10 years I'm out, man. That shit happen all the time. Look at Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, all them niggas wife. Your first wife, second wife, you know what I mean? But yeah, this ain't the old days, Steve. You know what I'm saying? You know, you gotta have something to the table, man. You know, have some type of skill, be able to hold down the books. You know what I'm saying? Run an errand. You know what I mean? Do something, cause just straight old housewife. That housewife shit turn off to me, man. But yeah, man. You know, man, exercise your right to work, ladies. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of. I ain't see nothing but single women growing up. So if they was living off that philosophy, bro, we'd all be fucked. You know what I mean? But I don't believe in single parenthood. But shit happens. You gotta do whatever you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? But I think you guys should check out my guy Corey Holcomb. He do a lot of shit talking, but he got a real radical approach to his comedy and his conversations. But he be saying some real shit as far as men and women and this, that, and the third. He actually said something about Steve one time, man. I know Steve ain't probably like that. They probably don't, cause you know Corey Holcomb, he big, but he not mainstream. But yeah, man. I mean, yeah, man, that's just my take, man. I feel like I don't think he meant nothing. I just think that he's saying that a man should pay all the bills, which I agree with as long as you can afford it. You know what I mean? If you can afford it, but if you can't, you know, it's a lot of down-ass chicks that'll go have with you. Don't forget Gucci and Keisha. Don't forget Gucci and Keisha, man. That's an amazing couple. He gave her $2 million when he was locked up. She came back with $6 million. So she brought $4 million to the table. And now they doing great. Look at T.I. and Tiny. He was fucked up, fresh off a bad record deal. And he meet Tiny. He's still married to her. You know what I'm saying? No offense. Like, Tiny probably ain't the most extravagant woman he ever met. You know, I think she look good, man. Y'all got to lay off her. But she probably held him down in a way he couldn't forget, man. So, it's just my take, man.